All right, welcome. We are on the first interview series for the Rapid Learning Program, and this series is going to be focused on whitewater kayaking. And we have one of our favorite families with us today. I'll let y'all introduce yourselves.
I'm Jennifer Newton.
I'm Milo Newton.
And I'm Chris Newton.
Yep, and y'all came in which year with us? When did y'all come in and do the Rapid Learning Program?
So it was last year that we did it. We started around July and started with just learning some just instructional tips out at the lake.
We went for 6 weeks of lessons, and it was great. It was so much fun. It was such a ball from the beginning. It was so much fun.
Yeah, really, pretty much after the first lesson, we were hooked on this. Fantastic.
Even you, Milo, were you hooked after the first lesson?
Yeah, I was hooked.
Chris was talking about doing it for a while, and he said, I'm going to go learn how to whitewater kayak, and if you're coming, fine, and if you're not. I had said if it wasn't something I'd like, that I would just sit on the side and read a book and it'd be fine. And I went and had so much fun that there's no way I didn't want to be a part of it. And Chris was really the motivation to get our family involved in this. I think he'd been involved as a teenager, right?
Yeah, as a teenager, I was a raft guide. The summer before I started college, raft guide on the academy. And just always wanted to get back into whitewater. Really enjoyed being on the river, and I thought kayaking was a good opportunity, not only for me but for the family. And it turned out to be a fantastic opportunity. As Jennifer just said, she really enjoyed it, and with her buy-in, it was just fantastic for the whole family at that point.
So we have another son who's at first year at college, and he and Milo both really got into it. Milo was an 8th grader. They loved learning the whitewater side of it, and they would count how long they could stay underwater on a roll, and really just they were into it. So it was such a great thing to be doing as a family, outside, away from screens, and just having a ton of laughter and having so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, as far as like comparing what a lot of families do in the summer, especially with kids that are athletic and playing sports, I'm sure, obviously hearing what you're saying, you wouldn't trade that experience as a family doing whitewater kayaking in the summertime opposed to letting Milo or Remy go play soccer or, go play select something in the summer and have their whole summer consumed with sports. How much more did it mean to you as a family to do this new hobby, and Chris kind of getting back to his roots of his love for the river and sharing all this together? How did all that, play out, and what does it mean to you, I guess, now?
I thought it was fantastic for the family. It was an opportunity for the family to really get together in an adventure setting and just kind of in an unplugged setting without technology. So it forced the family to communicate together and just kind of have a common goal of going down rivers and stuff. And that's been fantastic from my standpoint.
Yeah, we've done the select sports, and that's fine, and they have their place, but this was a really great thing where everybody that was involved was participating, and
and it was something new too. We never done something like this before. So
I mean, the Rapid Learning Program's awesome because you give us made us so much more confident with the idea of going down the river by all those lake lessons. Once you can do it in the lake and you get the basics of the hip snap and everything else, you really feel more confident going down the Wassee or any river that you choose. So the Rapid Learning Program, I wouldn't have considered doing it without that.
And I agree. I think if you want to get into the sport, you really want to have a strong foundation and just some basic whitewater kayaking skills. And that's what Rapid Learning provided for us. We went out to the lake on several occasions, learned the basic skills. And then we took it a step further through Rapid Learning to have some guided trips down the Wassee, and that was just fantastic. And that really gave us the skills and the confidence to kind of continue to pursue the sport.
And I guess that kind of ties into that second question that we had, is just what have you learned overall just from your first year of kayaking, not only as a family but individually? What have you learned from the sense of like adventure and challenge and some of those kinds of things?
Well, for me, the roll is all in the hip snap, and remembering that no matter where you are, makes a big difference. But it just gives you a lot of confidence knowing that you've learned a new skill and that you are capable of things that you didn't think you would be. I'm not a swimmer. All the boys and Chris all have a history of swimming. Chris was the master swim coach, and the boys swam on swim teams. And I'm not going to drown, but I'm not as strong of a swimmer as they are. And so for me, I was probably the weak link in the family doing it, and I have had a ball doing it. And they've all been really supportive and encouraging and reminding me that, you know, I can do more than I think I'm capable of. And that's a huge confidence.
Absolutely.
I think it's been a great confidence boost for Jennifer and for the rest of the family too. And just being able to take the instruction from the lake onto the river, that meant everything to us. And it really translated really well and in a fun way too. Just a big adventure. And it continues to be a big adventure. We continue to pursue the sport, and we're going on bigger and bigger rivers nowadays. And it's just been a lot of fun for the whole family.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah, I think it does give us a lot of confidence. Like, I don't know if you would do it, Mom, if you didn't have us or you didn't have the program. You would probably not like it too much, but now it's a bunch of fun, and we're trying new rivers, and we're trying to push her to not to get her roll down and stuff.
really perfecting the combat role, but also they're pushing me to go into bigger holes and more whitewater and try more surfing and all those things we learn a little bit of in the class. And if we hadn't had the class foundation, I mean, there are a lot of people who probably get on rivers without a class, and that is not something I would recommend. I just think having that foundation gives you the confidence and reminds you, you think about the basics and kind of just gives you a lot of confidence.
Yeah,
I agree. It really gives you something to build upon. And one added bonus, which was really cool, we started the rapid learning course at the same time some of our friends did. And we've been able to go on the rivers with them together as a group. And we also recently did a camping trip where we did the French Broad and the Nolechucky River together as two families. And that was just fantastic.
That was fun.
A lot of fun.
And that just brightens my day to hear, because that is the whole goal of the program, right? Like, we want to instill that confidence, give you the skills necessary to take away all of these things you've learned with us, to do that individually or to do that as a family or do that with friends. And that's like what you said, Jennifer. If you didn't have that foundation, if you didn't have those people around you to kind of support those skills that you're trying to build and do that in the right way and step up in the right way, then you can easily get turned away from the sport. And you see a lot of people that kind of hit that wall and they're like, oh, I've swam a few times out here and this isn't for me. I can't do this anymore. And they have this phobia and this fear. And I feel like that's what we want the most out of this program, is for families like yourselves to build off of all those things and get to where you can do it on your own and you don't need us anymore, you know?
Well, we had so much fun with you. We've really missed not seeing y'all, and we would love to see you again. That was so fun because you all are fun to go with, and we also knew that you were there if we needed, you know, the first time you go on the river, knowing that there's a competent instructor to roll your kayak back with what they call the hand of God if you need it, is pretty awesome. And just after that, you start doing it yourself and you feel a lot more confident. We've had a great time doing it. It's been a super thing, and we're going to keep whitewater kayaking and keep perfecting our skills.
Right, because the big step after we took the course was to get all of our own equipment. Yeah. And once you do that, it's kind of a game changer, right? Because then you're able to access the rivers when and how you want to. And it's been great having the equipment. And you also get used to your same equipment. So it's a good fit for you and everything. You get in, it's the same process. And it's been great.
That's another thing for listeners. Once we put this up, if y'all are listening, we, in the Rapid Learning Program, we provide all the gear, and their family got to use all of our gear for that summer. And especially even for kids, we have kids kayaks, and Milo was able to get. Were you in the fun?
I think I was in a sidekick. I'm pretty sure, which is what I have now. I think we're looking at other boats to get at the end of the season, but I think I'll be able to use it
A few
for
more
now.
times. He's almost outgrown it.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That was a nice benefit when you guys supplied the equipment. We were able to try a lot of different kayaks during the process. It really gave us a feel for different types of boats and stuff, and that was really a nice aspect of the program.
And you just show up.
Yeah,
you just show up and someone else can follow. It's so easy after a long day at work. You just show up and everything you need is there. That was really awesome, actually. That's a huge benefit.
Yeah. All right. Let's end this thing with one last question. What advice would you give to others that are interested in whitewater kayaking?
Yeah, my advice is you want to learn fundamentals, because if you learn really strong fundamentals, it'll make your experience on the rivers just that much more enjoyable. And how you learn great fundamentals and get great instructions through the rapid learning program.
To me, I think they just give you the confidence that there's somebody there while you're learning and you're not afraid. They just give you a lot of different scenarios of what it might be like on the river. Maybe but they don't do it any faster than you're ready. And that helps so much, is that you're comfortable. And my family enjoys laughing. We all enjoy laughing about when I first learned, and I just was completely frantic under the water, and it was really quite funny. And I still get that way a little bit because I'm not as comfortable underwater as they are, because they were swimmers and all that. But the rapid learning program just makes that feeling of not being comfortable more comfortable, and it just gives you real confidence. So my advice would be take the rapid learning program if you can, and then practice. Feel free to, if you get your own equipment, take it down to the lake and practice your roll 10 or 20 or 30 times before you go back out, and just keep at it. It's so much fun. What do you have to say, Mara?
Yeah, I'd say if someone is interested in kayaking, I would definitely tell them to get a friend or like mentor and do it with them, because they can really push them to go the full way and have a lot of fun that way.
For sure. It's been really fun for us as a family. We've had a ton of laughs, and it's just a big boost. It's a fun thing to do outside. It's a great way to see parts of the southeastern parts of the country, and it's beautiful, and it's really peaceful on the river.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. And yeah, so I would encourage the rapid learning course, but also the guided tours that you guys offer of the rivers once you obtain a certain level, have certain fundamental skills, because those were a fantastic experience. And that's where you really build your confidence up to a high level.
Definitely. Yes.
Really good.
Yes.
I mean, we love getting on the Hiwassee. That's my highlight of the week, is when we get out there with y'all. So we love it just as much as y'all do.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
It's so fun. We have had so much fun with y'all. James, Cole, and James, and Sunshine, and everybody in the program has just been great.
Well, we appreciate that. That really warms our hearts for sure to know that y'all enjoy being with us, but enjoy the sport, and that we've been able to share that with you. So again, thank you so much for doing this with us. And I really hope that we can get a lot of people to hear this story, so that more families can do what y'all have done and find more, opportunity to get together as a family and do these fun outdoor events, because most people don't get to do this kind of stuff, and they close their mind to the opportunity because they're like, oh, it's whitewater. I'm scared of whitewater, but come to the lake first and see what it's about, right?
It's so fun. Yeah. We've really enjoyed it. It's totally a great way to spend your summer. And we couldn't have gotten on the rivers without the rapid learning program. And I would recommend it to anyone.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank y'all so much for coming on. I'm going to cut the recording off. Stay on with me just for a minute, and I'm going to close this thing down. See y'all soon.
Yeah,
thanks again.
Thank you.